Hey folks, it is Dre Tattoo Squid Podcast. How's everybody doing? I'm doing alright. A little tired. Did the working weekend, but tomorrow is Memorial Day, where we honor all the veterans that are from the Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, anywhere that has been protecting us through thick and thin of everything. So, everybody, all the veterans that are out there, thank you for your service, your, um, you know, your dedication. Um, I never really, talked about like Memorial Day, like, because I had an uncle, that was in the Navy, and, um, because he had this Navy shield on his arm. Um, and when I was younger, I thought that was like the coolest shit ever. Excuse me. You know, I just thought that was the coolest shit ever. Like tattooing. That's the reason why I got into tattoos. But my uncle, I only had one, and he had a well, I don't know if I can show you, but I don't know if you can see it. But this right here, it's like a Navy shield. But the guy that did it. I mean, honestly, if you look at it like closely, I mean, it's a remembrance for my uncle. It's just the eagle kind of looks like a really fucked up duck. But I'm not gonna change it for anything because it's for my uncle. Um, and so and we had like we had other family members that were in the service and um that I know of. I don't really know offhand. Only you know my uncle, my uncle Fred. So he passed away many years ago. Uh, he had bypass surgery at one point, cut from right here down. Um, and it hurt a lot, So, but we are, Memorial Day, that's when everybody gets together and, they more than likely everybody gets together to go and drink and eat and, and whatnot. It's just like, but the main thing is for the veterans and most places like, uh, RB, well, I don't know, any kind of like, uh, restaurant, or whatever, especially on Memorial Day, would be open, and anybody that's a veteran would get like you know the free meal or half price or whatnot. Um, which by rights, yeah, it should, because I mean they go in, nowadays I'm like, my dad wanted me to go into the army, and I'm like, yeah, I can't see myself doing that. I mean, again, told to do so many push-ups and all that. But then in retrospect, you look at it and it's it helps you out in the long run. Like it helps you out with education wise. You get uh, benefits and and whatnot. But then you learn stuff, and then you go and fight. You shoot a gun and there's a lot of people that don't want to shoot a gun. Because there's other people that would just be like a medic or somebody or healing and whatnot. Others, they have to, use a gun or a gun turret or a tank or bazooka or, landmines or, claymores, uh, I'm just spouting off different, artillery. Um, yet I'm like the knife guy, because I mean I like knives and bayonets, and which I do have one somewhere. But yeah, so I mean Memorial Day, go have fun, celebrate within reason. Don't get belligerent drunk, because it's Memorial Day. I'm like, have it within reason. I mean, I shouldn't say anything because I'm not the poster boy of alcohol. I'm like, I'll be doing the same thing everybody else is doing. Like, hey, we have a Memorial Day party. I'm like, all right, cool. Because, like, for instance, my friend Pat, he's a bartender, and every year, like for Labor Day, when I first met him, every every Labor Day, he'll have like this huge party. Um, that would be in his backyard or in the house or wherever. It was like, whatever day it was. If it was raining, we have it in there. And he has the deck and overhang and whatnot in the pool. And so everybody has a great time. And, I know Labor Day and Memorial Day is not the same thing, but it's, uh, it's one of those, things where, because like the point of the story was that I drink like it's going out of style, and now like if you had like a Labor Day party and I go there and I bring like 2 cases of beer or keg or whatever, and he'll just look at me like it's not like the old days where we would drink, just to drink. He had like a bar in every corner. Now it's like there's a bar right on the deck, 2 tables, and like 8 people instead of 800 people going in there. So, excuse me. Um, but so Memorial Day, that's what we do. We celebrate Memorial Day for and honoring veterans um, and whatnot. And also, when you want to go and honor, you also want to have ice cream. But this is where I found out something, and I'm like, when we're kids, Ice Cream Man comes around. You want to get ice cream, you get snaps, you get gum, you get what else did you fucking get? You get a whole bunch of shit. It was always awesome when you heard that ice cream. You're like, what the hell? Huh? You're like doing that Hulk Hogan thing. Like what's that, brother? What's that? You know. Uh, so folks are probably like listening, going like, what the hell is he fucking doing? I'm like, no, I'm holding my ear, go like that, like, doing like Hulk Hogan does, in the ring. Um, Yeah, but you hear the ice cream man come around, and and usually like ice cream, pops or whatever, it was like $1. But this is when you go and you ask your mom and dad, you're like, hey, dad, can I get some money? And they give you like a 5. And my dad, he's like, oh, I want change back. And you go out there and you get, 1 or 2, whatever, like strawberry shortcakes or toasted almond. That was my favorite, toasted almond. Uh, Even and I'm going to say this for the CM Punk fans, because CM Punk, he wants the you know World Wrestling Entertainment or World Wrestling Federation ice cream bars, and that's when we used to get the ice cream bars too, like from the ice cream man. So, which the reason why I bring up ice cream man is because the ice cream man nowadays they charge too much. Too much. I mean, like back in the day, I mean, it was like I said, it was like $1, 25, maybe 2. All of a sudden now it's like one ice cream. It's like $5. So I'm like, well, that's uncalled for. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, how much is the pops? Like fucking $17? Like, what the hell? Like, oh, God. But, it's not your typical ice cream. Usually it's like, hey, Uncle Joe, But if you tend to get ice cream, and I don't know, everybody's ice cream is a lot different. So I don't know. Maybe you are getting it for like $1.25 and all that. This guy's just, $5 a thing. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, good thing I got tips from, doing my deliveries and all that. I'm like, honestly, folks, if I hear the ice cream, I'll probably run around after we call it, and I'll be like, oh, I'll be right back. And but so it was Memorial Day, and very festive. Ice cream man is always like a festive thing, especially when it's warm out, and you want to have that ice cream. Um, this next thing is not part of Memorial Day, and but it intrigued me when I seen this, because I always try to do some kind of story of mythical creatures or whatever, and I was trying to find something, but I went to this one page called Mythology. Uh, I think it's called Mythology. Hold on, let me. It is mythology.net. Um, and this just popped up, and I got intrigued. It's called the Black-Eyed Children. Not a Memorial Day segment of any sort, but it's pretty cool. But um, it's kind of like what you see on TikTok and whatnot. Like all the paranormal, scary, spooky, whatever that you see outside. The Mothman, the um, some crazed looking wolf and skinwalkers, and you know Um, but they said about, these black-eyed children, and what are black-eyed children? Well, we're going to find out. Black-eyed children are ghoulish creatures who have been trying to gain entrance to homes and vehicles since 1996. Now, this is not you know, like the dawn of time kind of thing. I mean, this is 1996. I mean, it's, for some of us, that was like the middle of time for us, 96, like shit. I graduated in 91. I was probably drunk in the stupor somewhere. I don't know. But they usually appear at night, knocking on doors or windows and begging to be let inside, which is kind of funny. I read that part, and I was it not yesterday, Friday night, I think it is. Friday night. So, everybody knows I'm somewhat diabetic. I'm not gonna say I'm full blown diabetic, but even I don't think the doctor knows I'm diabetic or full blown diabetic. Anyway, so I go and get my insulin all set up, and I take my medicine, my pills, whatever. So then I hear something knock at like almost the window, but it sounded like a knock. It could have been like the board that's um, the cutting board or whatever. So, oh, it's called fatigue. um, the yawning, because I work a lot. Well, anyway, so and I got freaked out a little bit. I don't really freak out a lot. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna look at that window. But they, but unfortunately for the children, they are almost always rejected since an aura of terror clings to them. So basically, they come to the doors of houses or cars or vehicles, there is some kind of terror that comes about with them. If you really want to know what they look like, yes, they look like children, yes. But since the Black Eyed, and this is not from the band, it's not the Black Eyed Peas, no. Black Eyed Children began appearing in 1996. Witnesses have given varying descriptions of their appearance. Taken together, these reports describe a diverse and ghoulish crew. Still, the children do have some common traits. The children are usually pale with light-colored hair. Kind of reminds me of what's that movie? I believe it's an Alfred Hitchcock thing. I think it's an Alfred Hitchcock. Um, Village of the Damned. With the kids, and they have certain abilities, and they got white, pale hair, and they're pale. So it kind of reminds me of that. Um, but there was something else I was gonna. There was something. Well, anyway, I tell you, I'm gonna be 51 in August, and my brain is. Well, anyway, they generally wear modern clothes, although a few witnesses reported them wearing old-fashioned or Mennonite clothes, which I don't know what Mennonite. Let's see what Mennonite. Mennonite. Oh wait, Mennonite. Wait, hold on. What the fuck? All right, come here, you. Oh, there we go. Uh, like a Protestant church, kind of clothes, from the 16th century. Hmm, sounds intriguing. They might wear sunglasses or grow long bangs to conceal their eyes. Now, if you're gonna wear something from the 16th century, and why wear sunglasses? There was no such thing. It, I've heard some. I mean, I haven't heard anything, but imagine if you could time travel. You know, you time travel and wherever you're gonna go. Like, let's say you're gonna go to the 16th century, and you're wearing sunglasses, and you're wearing all this stuff, and then you go there, and they thought it was like the greatest thing you ever did, but they think that you're a witch or you think you're a warlock or something. Excuse me. That was my answer to everything. Burps. But yeah, so you wear your sunglasses, you don't have time, and then you come back, and then you're like, let's see, maybe I can get a lot of money. Possibly. Yeah. The children usually travel in pairs, which doubles their ability to intimidate their victims. They can be boys or girls, ranging from 6 to 16. Sounds like a cult, like Children of the Corn. Um, Usually, one child in the pair is several years older than the other. Definitely sounds like Children of the Corn. You know, like Elijah or uh, Ichabod. Ichabod? No, wait a minute. Let's go to the videotape. No, we're not going to go to the videotape. We are going to go and see the names of the corn. I'm trying out my new keyboard. Works well. Oh, cannot. Okay, here we go. Children of the Corn. Let's see who is in it. Well, yeah, we got that woman from Terminator. I forgot her name. Linda Hamilton. Um, so you got Isaac or son of a bitch. Hold on. Let me revamp this. So you got Isaac and then Malachi. So those are the two main Mama Jammas, of that era kind of thing. But yeah, so one child would be like several years older than the other. Of course, their eyes give them their nightmarish appearance. Before you see their eyes, you might mistake for them for ordinary children. When you see their eyes, solid black without distinction between pupil, iris, and whites, that mistake becomes impossible. A few witnesses have claimed that the eyes looked like ragged holes, while others describe their eyes as shiny black bulbs. Yeah, well, after seeing the shiny black bulbs and ragged holes, you might have some kind of like knife in your gullet. Um, their personality, from the military men to beloved house cats, every living thing that encounters the black-eyed children has the same reaction: terror. Clearly, the children radiate negative emotions like panic and dread. Well, anyway, but their true personality is a little less clear. Are they actually as evil as the feelings they inspire? Since next to no witnesses have reported letting the children inside their houses, it's unclear exactly what the children's intentions are. They may be sinister or innocent. I don't know. But when you see an innocent kid with black eyes, really, you know, unless he wants to have a Milky Way or juju fruit or um, maybe bread, or some kind of decent meal because they're probably skinny and pale, and or as the doctor always says, you gotta have potassium, eat a banana, So generally, one child in the pair would be shameless in approaching strangers and insistent upon coming inside. Meanwhile, the younger child will be quiet and shy. Some witnesses report feeling a strong urge to help or protect the younger child. That's called baiting. Baiting everybody in the fucking thing. So watch out. It's like it's they're luring you. They put the bait out there. The youngin is the bait. The oldest is the hunter kind of thing. So, other than their insistence without coming inside, the children are usually polite. They use words like please, sir, ma'am when they are talking to you, and they usually leave without a fuss when they are rejected. Yeah, because you don't want no fussy fucking kids at your house at midnight wearing black eyes and and that's how they made the movie Strangers. What do you want from us? What do you want from us? You're home. Okay. You were just home. Okay. Yeah. If anybody likes that home invasion horror movies, I don't mind it. My girlfriend's like, no, we live in the house. No. Again, because the black-eyed children rarely succeed in getting inside a house, their full powers remain hidden. No one knows what devastation they would unleash if they could only get past their first objective, entering a house. Yeah, if they're really that much of a badass fucking group of kids, how come they can't get into the fucking house? Unless they're little fucking vampires and you gotta invite them in. Or very much a snack, like a Halloween candy. Still, witnesses have reported enough strange happenings around these children to suggest that they have incredible powers. First, they probably have some form of psychic or telepathic abilities. Witnesses have reported the children staring at each other as if in a silent communication and calling out to adults before they came into view. They're looking at each other. They're like, "Listen, you got a zit here. There's a boy here. I think you got a bunch of dirt over here. Did you have any candy today?" That's what they're saying. They also have tracked some individuals from town to town, despite the individual moving in secret, changing his phone number, using a fake name, etc. They are famous for their ability to manipulate emotions, inspiring fear, panic, and dread, so strong that witnesses tremble or sweat, and animals hide. At the same time, animals hide, because they get scared easily. Because there's like somebody walking around, they're gonna get killed. That's the chicken and rice. Where was I still needed? At the same time, they can exercise a hypnotic pull on their victims, making them feel like they should be opening the door and let the children inside, which they haven't really done so much of a good thing on that one too, because apparently they haven't gotten into the house yet. Bunch of fucking amateurs. Kids these days, they'll just throw eggs at you, throw rocks, call you names. I'm going to get the police, And nowadays, it's like, oh, what's funny? We're bringing up kids, not black-eyed kids, but when I lived in Pennsylvania, funny story. Now, the town that we lived in was called Luzerne, or as I called it, Loserville. But we lived there, so I didn't call it Loserville because we lived there. Um, but there was never really a police station there. I mean, there was, or not a police station. There was like, a mayor's office and all that. But joining towns had their police, patrol our area. And Luzerne was not a really a huge town. Like if you go to like Riverhead, you go to Ronkonkoma. It's not like a whole big area. You know, um, Luzerne in Pennsylvania was it looked big. I mean, but it neighbored a lot of places. Well, anyway, so when me and my wife had our house, and I had never. I mean, my first day off, I think I had like I think it was like the first week of working and not knowing because I always slept during the day and I did overnight. Um, I had Saturday, Sunday, Mondays off. So then my first Saturday I had off and I'm sitting there and we had dinner and everything else. We're sitting there watching TV and I hear this sound at like 9 o'clock, just going, just like a sound going off. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And my wife goes, like, oh, that's a curfew bell. Like, curfew bell? Like, what the fuck? What is this, like 1943 or 1930s? And, there was a curfew bell. So, and the people that don't know what a curfew bell is when the bell, like a sound goes off, like a speaker thing or whatever, goes off at like, say, 8, 9 o'clock. Anybody that is, I think, 13 and younger, if they're on the street at that time when the bell goes off, they have to be home before that bell goes off. It's like how we were, when we're kids. It's like, listen, when the light turns on and the lamp, as the lights come on and all, you had to be home. So that's pretty much what it was, like curfew bell. So we went to Long Island, visited family, came back after the weekend, or no, after the week or something, and we came back and then, uh, you know, I go and like, hey, you want to get something to eat? So we like, get like pizza or some kind of Italian dish. So I go and I come back and I'm driving and I come around this corner and I see an unmarked police car, and there's like 8 freaking bikes in the trunk of the car. And then 8 kids are like overlapping each other in the back seat. And I'm like, oh, they really do it. Holy shit. I can't believe it. I got home like, hey, you would not believe what I just saw. And I explained to him, it's like, they actually do fucking do it. And it just dawned on me. I was like, flabbergasted. Well, anyway, so that's what, that kind of like coincides with what I was just talking about with this. But, in that fact, you know, children never got inside the whole thing because nowadays, kids would just go and do that. Second, the children seem to have an electric or radioactive field around them. Flickering lights and power outages are common when the children pop up. One witness claimed that she let the children inside. She let the children inside and has since suffered from nosebleeds and been diagnosed with advanced skin cancer, consistent with exposure to massive radiation. Well, maybe the kids were in fucking radiation. They're roaming around the fucking countryside. They're checking out every little fucking thing, like they touching every damn thing. Then, COVID, they're like, wash your hands, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. They didn't wash their whole fucking body because they had fucking radiation. But no, nobody listens. Oh well. Children's ability to speak may be limited because of the radiation. Some witnesses have reported that they could only say only 1 or 2 phrases, we need to use your telephone, or our parents are coming soon. Yeah, okay. The parents are coming soon. In 1996, you're not be on the road there with the kids. Especially with the parents. No. My parents would have like fucking stick ready. they might have also be stuck using old-fashioned expressions like telegraph instead of telephone, and they sometimes make nonsense requests like asking for ketchup to put on an apple. Ugh. I don't really eat apples as it is, but I mean ketchup going on apple. Hmm. Uh, there's times where I need my glasses. They also that you did. Oh, I read that one. Right. Other witnesses described the children as intelligent and responsive. For example, if you tell them they can't come inside to use your telephone, they might ask to come inside to use the bathroom or warm up. Yeah. Although the children have been active in broad daylight, they seem to prefer traveling late at night. Their activity surges around Halloween each year. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, now the cultural representation. The origin, which pretty much is, this first line is going to be the same thing I just said before, but uh, when Brian Bethel, a reporter in Abilene, Texas, published a story about them in a paranormal mailing list, the legend caught on and became an internet sensation. Reports of the black-eyed children began popping up all over paranormal and horror fiction forums. Now, I don't think, because like I said, I think it's a Alfred Hitchcock picture. And I don't think they did the movie. I think they did the movie way before all this happened. But they probably did the remake because I think Christopher Reeve and Kirstie Alley, I think in 1996, I think they probably did something like that. So I believe, but I haven't really looked it up yet. But all the stories were published anonymously, and none of them can be linked back to actual news or police reports. The emergence of new social media platforms like Reddit and Quora have fueled the growth of the children's legend, leading many people to believe in these nightmarish creatures despite the lack of verifiable witnesses. Pop culture, to this day, paranormal internet forums remain the stronghold of the black-eyed children's legend. However, their story has been picked up by a few larger media companies, MSN, the Daily Star, and Mirror, which is not a really good thing. It's like Mirror. Don't look in the mirror. Don't say that girl's name 3 times either. Have all picked up stories and about the strange children. A crowd-funded horror movie called Black Eyed Kids has also been built on the back of this modern folk tale. So it's very interesting to say there is like black-eyed children running around. What are your thoughts on this? Because I have no clue. I mean, honestly, at night there's no kids around. In our area, nonetheless. I mean, there's really no kids at all. Running around, which we love because there is quiet. I mean, if you hear something, then okay, you're like, what the fuck, But folks, come follow me on YouTube, where this will be on. Oh, and if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, anything that you want me to see or want me to talk about, whatever you want me to see. But I'm going to I'm going to get into that, and then I'm going to talk about something about wrestling. But because I love wrestling, and I miss the Saudi Arabia King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. So, but like I said, if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, uh, and comment about anything and everything that you want me to, talk about or look up, or anything that's crazy. If you're listening to this, I don't know if you subscribe. I forgot how it goes now, but like it, share, whatever episode that you like. let people know if you want to donate. You can go to my Twitter account. I got a tip kind of thing that you can put in there. Um, or you could buy merch, where you can go to. I know the thing. I'm gonna have it in the links, but it's threadless tattoo squid pod TATOSQUID pod.threadless.com. You will uh, be able to buy shirts, sweatshirts, stickers, what have you, all different kinds of varieties of different stuff with different logos. So you go onto there. You can help me out with whatever it needs to get done. Have more advancedness to doing podcasting. So you can more stuff. I actually rearranged the office area. I wish I could show you, but everything's like sideways. So I was like this side doing all my shit because you'd be able to see the stuff behind me. Now you can see Mr. Skeleton, kind of. I don't know what would you call that. I don't know. More. I don't know. But yeah, so go to Linktree, linktr.ee/ tattoo squid TATOSQUID podcast, and follow me on all the social medias. Links are going to be in the description. So you click on it, or if you can't click on it, just take it, put it on your browser, and check from there. So, folks, take it easy. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend. This might be out Memorial Day, maybe Tuesday, depending on. More than likely, it'll probably be on Memorial Day. See how the weather goes. So, folks, take it easy. Have a good day. I bid you adieu. And that is all. Hold on, let me see if I can close this right. So, look, and you see the skulls, some other shit over here, and that's about it. So, adios. And how come I'm end the meeting?